I'm gonna see.
Looks like that worked.
Did it?
I think so.
Oh, whoa, what is that? Hi, are you guys there? It has been so long since we live streamed. It was like learning it all over again.
I had to dig out the MacBook, and all of our streaming software was all out of date. It all had to be updated. YouTube changed their entire streaming setup since we were last on here.
Okay, good.
And you can hear us. You hear us okay and good?
Good. Aw, thanks, A Toad in the Garden. Thanks, Spicy Avo, for being here, even if just for a minute. We appreciate, that's the main reason we wanted to come on tonight, is just to tell you guys how much we absolutely appreciate you. And our lives wouldn't be what they are today without you. You make them pretty special.
Mm-hmm.
Aw, thanks, Sherry. Hey, Willow Creek Homestead, thank you. Amber and Beth and Tony, welcome all. A special shout out to Southern Blessed Homestead, Mac and Patty. Thank you so much for, it was like a last minute decision. I reached out to them. I'm like, I hope they're not busy and they can help. Hi, everyone. And just to let you guys know, are they going to be able to see what that setting that you did in the chat? He did some kind of like 5-second delay, I think you did in the chat, just to slow things down for us so we can read. So I'm not sure if you're going to type something and maybe you don't see it show up right away.
Well, no, it'll show up right away, but you just can't type like a message and then right away another message, another message. You got to wait like 5 seconds in between messages to keep down on the spam.
Oh, that's a good idea. Hi, goodness, every bite. Rebecca Stanley, Country Homestead Preacher. Hi, guys. Jean Pratt, Leap of Faith. Ah,
Yeah.
Hi. I'm not going to call out everybody because I'll surely miss somebody, but thanks, guys, so much for joining. We have absolutely no agenda tonight, other than at some point I will be getting up and going to the kitchen and getting some bread pudding for our celebration dessert. Oh, but we should say that we want to recognize you all for helping us really achieve this milestone. So we are going to be doing some giveaways tonight. We didn't put that in the title because we just want people to come that truly want to be here and aren't just coming for free stuff, which we don't mind, but we really wanted all of our best friends to be here. Hi, Cam from the Farm Life Project. Thanks also for jumping in and helping mod. Really appreciate it. Oy.
There was the last week or last 5 days have been, maybe 3 days have been big because we just hit 10,000 followers on Instagram as well.
Oh, on Instagram too. Yeah, that was really fun. My potato canning is done. Oh, yes. Done. So all I have left are like your little baby potatoes that you would throw into a roast or do like oven baked smashed potatoes. Yeah, but 10,000 subscribers on YouTube or on Instagram, that took a long time to get there, which was funny because we started with Instagram and it was people asking on Instagram, do you have a YouTube channel? Which kind of drove us to start a YouTube channel because we didn't really feel like we had anything unique to offer. Honestly, that was one of the first things that we said. We don't know. There's a lot of great experts out there. We definitely aren't that, but you kind of just find who you are and make your own community, and people laugh at you when you make mistakes or laugh with you when you make mistakes and encourage you when you fail at things, and that's kind of what we're about.
And we try to post it all too.
Yeah.
Even when we screw up something or...
Yeah. Hi, Ethan and Sarah from 180 degrees from average. Welcome. Wow. So, should we do it like, just in case people can't stay long, should we just throw out one of our first giveaways? And then we'll do one midway through and one at the end?
Sure.
Okay. So, to celebrate our 50,000 subscriber milestone here on YouTube, we did a new campaign of our merchandise. We rarely do those. I think we did one maybe when we hit 5,000 subscribers.
Probably, yeah.
One maybe when we hit like 20,000 subscribers, and now. But with this one, we've added new merch. So there's the hoodies. People often comment on my hoodie when I wear that during the fall and winter. It's like my favorite thing. And we added kids t-shirts. And just to let you know, the new t-shirts are like a tri-blend. They're not the same material as our original. So if you got the original, it's comfy, but the new ones are going to be even comfier. And we really lowered any type of like profit that they put on it. Because it is an affiliate type program, we get a little, you guys are supporting us when you buy our merch, of course. But we made that as small as we could, so you're not paying a major upcharge on anything. Mm-hmm. So we want to give 2 t-shirts away. I don't remember all the colors. I think there's 4 color choices. Southern Blessed Homestead, I think you threw up a link originally. So she'll throw it up. Don't spam everybody with it. But if you want to throw it up from time to time as new people come in, you can check out all that we are promoting over there. It's just going to run for 21 days and then it's going to be gone. So this isn't something that we're going to do unless it warrants it. So with that, I will ask, and these are absolutely ridiculous nonsense questions. So 2 t-shirts we'll give away, and there is a grand prize, which I want to give away. It just means something to me as a homesteader, and hopefully it means something to you as a viewer to receive.
I think it's probably one of the coolest giveaway ideas I've seen around.
Yeah.
And it was all her idea.
Yeah. That's smart like that.
And
okay.
Yes, you can ask questions. But let us get through our contest, our giveaway. Yes, it's a Dapple Dash Hound. I'll show you her later.
Okay, so ready. What is, and you would know this if you've watched our channel for any length of time, it's not hard. What is my favorite color? And we'll pick the very first answer that we see in the comments. It's the grand prize of your cowboy candy. Good guess.
Oh, we gotta wait for the lag.
Yeah.
The YouTube lag to come
Yes,
through.
High Hopes Homestead. Yes. High Hopes Homestead. Yes. I need to grab a pen and pencil real quick. So what you're going to do is email me, or Todd, both of us. It's that1870shomestead@gmail.com with your contact information and address, and we'll get a t-shirt to you. Oh, and let me know size and color.
Yep, and we'll get that out. We'll do another t-shirt somewhere around the midpoint of our stream, and then the grand prize one at the end.
You guys, I'm so excited to share.
Do you remember
it with
who
you.
it was? I need to
High
scroll back.
Hopes Homestead.
Congratulations.
I'm so excited to get you a t-shirt. Yay. Okay, question time. What do you guys want to know that we haven't already told you? Yeah, I should follow up with the blue. So there was a point in time in our thumbnail history where I had blue. I'm like, people are going to think that's the only color in my wardrobe, but it is my favorite color. Blue and red, which is kind of like the themes of our branding.
And it was the same. It was like blue shirt, red shirt, blue shirt, red shirt, blue shirt. How sustainable would y'all say we are now?
I mean, pretty darn sustainable, I think. if quarantine, for example, was any indication, right? So when COVID happened, we certainly wouldn't have had it to need to go to the store. I mean, because I had all my dry goods stocked up. We certainly wouldn't have had to need to go anywhere for easily 3 months or more.
Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of stuff from COVID that I started stocking up on in January.
Yeah. But that doesn't really have anything to do with sustainable.
Right. But it was things like toilet paper and hand sanitizer, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really have to do with sustainability.
Yeah. I think sustainability from my eyes, too, is having a good network of people. Like we just joked the other day, oh, we got a guy for that now. So it's like building your community, and what you don't have, you know somebody that does have it. So because really back in the day, it was rare, I would say, that one person did it all. They knew somebody, whether it was somebody the next town over or maybe a day's wagon ride. They had to go pick up their flour and corn. So I think from a consumption, a food consumption, I think my zero waste desired lifestyle has enabled us. Like if we weren't allowed to leave the house, I had everything to make our shampoo. We have a year's supply of soap. Now, sustainable with respect to, I saw somebody ask about solar. With energy, not at all. Not at all. That is a sore subject. Not necessarily a sore subject. It is definitely a sore point.
It's a weakness.
A weakness in our setup. Like we're extremely fearful at times that we have 2 freezers downstairs. That would be a huge loss because we don't have a backup system if we were to lose power for any length of time. We could run a small generator to keep them going, but that would be tricky over a long period of time to keep them going.
Right.
So, I mean, I feel comfortable with living, staying alive. We could stay alive for a long time if we needed to.
Someone asked, how big is your All-American canner? And I believe it's 30 quart. And I specifically, when I bought it for her as a gift, I specifically chose the 30 because that's like the smallest size you can get to double stack quart jars. And I've watched her before with her single stacker.
It's
run through a batch,
days, yeah.
Let it cool, depressurize, open it back up, load it again. And the double stack 14 jars in there is nice. And about 5 different people asked how Dan is.
She just went home officially yesterday.
Tomorrow.
Oh, she's already traveling, I thought.
I thought she said Tuesday. When Dan left our house, she went to stay with relatives near the Washington, D.C. area because most of the repatriation flights from the U.S. back to Vietnam either left from D.C. or San Francisco. So she wanted to get herself closer to D.C. So if one of these flights to get home popped up, she would be close and be able to be there the very next day. And we just got a message from her the other day, I think on Saturday, and said, Mama, Papa, I'm going home. And I think her flight was scheduled for Monday or Tuesday.
Well, you guys must be having a conversation that I'm not a part of because I thought she was already there.
Monday or Tuesday, but she was flying to San Francisco first, maybe.
Yeah, I know that.
And then from San Francisco to South Korea, I think, and then to Hanoi in Vietnam. But she is returning home to a mandatory 14-day quarantine at a COVID camp or somewhere. So that should be interesting.
Yeah, and I think on the same topic, somebody asked, do we host foreign exchange students a lot, or was Dan a unique experience? And Dan was my way as an alumni through the same program, just giving back. I wanted to do it. I wanted to host a student, and just having been hosted when I was a child, But for us, it was a once and done. It's not something that we're looking at doing regularly. And I don't think we could beat Dan. You guys know. Dan was perfect. And
Yeah.
you hear like challenging stories of people hosting exchange students just with different cultures and language challenges, people missing home, homesick, all that kind of stuff. Dan was, she just can't be beat.
There was another one. How do you...
Wait, let's stick with the caps. So if you're going to put a question to us, put it in all caps, and that's how we'll get our
Okay.
attention too. So if you scroll back up, there's easily some in caps. Do you can most of your meat? No, not most. We do can batches of meat, I'll say. So like say we harvest 15 chickens, 5 of those I'll can. The rest will be frozen. As I work through the canned good, I'll can more. It's a real big process to can meat. You're talking 90 minutes for pressurized canning, and it's an intense, long day of canning. Now, do I wish I canned more meat? Yes, for sure. I'm again, like I'm saying with my being dependent. Oh, thank you so much. Wow.
Aw, thank you.
So nice. Thank you. Heaven's Gates Cherry Farm. You're amazing too. You guys are great supporters.
And from Michigan.
Yes. So what I was saying with being dependent on our freezers, it makes me nervous that I don't have more of that canned. Like we were just watching a guy that was canning his kielbasa and sausages the other day, and Todd was like, "Ooh, I would love that, I think." So getting more, and I think sometimes it's thinking outside the box of what you're used to seeing. People can just ground meats and, pulled chicken. Like I'm already thinking in my head, our son Cameron, we've been really busy getting ready for our son's getting married next weekend. Next weekend?
Yes, and the wedding is not here on our property.
No, but we are having the rehearsal dinner here. So I'm already thinking that there's going to potentially be a lot of smoked chicken and pulled pork left over that I have every intention on canning whatever's left.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay, how can you bulk can? How do you can a lot in one day if you have to let the can sit in the water? I'm not quite sure I understand your question. How do you bulk can? Sorry, I just don't understand quite the question. How many carrots do you plant in a year in order to have enough for winter? Oh, so that's a good one. I planted like 3,200 carrots this year. I did a whole math thing on one of my videos. And I said, okay, 3,200 carrots. You're going to lose some to poor germination, but let's just say you get 100% germination. Maybe 50% of... no, that might be rough. Maybe 50% of those are going to be worth harvesting and preserving. And half of those are going to be, your little baby carrots, or they're going to be all twisted and gnarly or have walking legs on them. And the other half are going to be those good canning carrots. And then I've done the math that for me, based on my variety that I grow, which is Danvers, after years and years of canning, I know it's somewhere between 10 to 15 carrots per quart jar. So then that tells me how many quart jars do I want to put up every year. My goal is somewhere about around 25 quarts for a year. And that tells me how many carrots I need to grow. So it's kind of learning that math and just practicing. Similar to tomatoes. Green beans you get really good at too. When I harvest this bowl of green beans or this basket, how many quarts is that? Like I just did it with the potatoes the very first time ever canning potatoes. I was like, okay, well now I have a baseline.
Right.
It's kind of like finding what your baseline is. And then I always get asked the question, how do you know how much to put up for what your family needs for the year? And that's such a independent family. I I could never answer it for you. And what I always tell people, it's based on how you eat. It's based on what you consume every week. So, like if you're cooking from scratch a protein vegetable type breakfast, a protein vegetable type lunch, and a protein vegetable type dinner every single day, and that is your family style, you're going to need way more food than I could ever put up. But we don't eat that way. I don't eat breakfast. If he eats breakfast, it's just meat and cheese. And for lunch, more than often, I make homemade bread and it's sandwiches. That's our lunch. Or like tacos from like canned taco meat and beans and stuff. And then for dinner, it's often that we cook every Sunday I get 3 meats out of the freezer to thaw for the week. And those 3 meats are our proteins for the week. And we either eat that one night and the next night we don't want to cook again. So it's just whatever night, it's just us. Or which oftentimes whatever night, just let you guys know for me, is like scrambled eggs, in which the chickens give us. And then sometimes our meat portions or what we cook for dinner is like a 2 to 3 night leftover type meal. So
there was more, but I don't remember where we were.
Yep, that's it. How did you get there today? Oh, how hot did it get here today?
Probably
hot.
About the same heat index as you, about 98 or so. Because I was outside working on the trailer this afternoon for a little while.
And he came in just soaking through his shirt, sweat.
I was like, it's stupid out there.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been homesteading, and what was your inspiration to begin? So I think we have videos on it. I'm not going to get into detail on that. We'll just touch on snippets. We definitely have videos, though, that you can go back and say kind of like what homesteading means to us. Would probably tell you some of the whys we got into homesteading. But how long? So we've been on this property, March was 3 years. Mm-hmm. And what led us to homesteading, I would say 2 parts. One part, taking responsibility of the source of our own food, as we became more and more aware through documentaries and Joel Salatin and others that we watched on how nasty the commercial and industrial food system is, and how expensive at the time when my kids were still in the house, how expensive to commercially buy organic food was. Commercial organic food up here in Michigan anyway is extremely expensive to buy at the grocery store. So it's like, how does this even affordable to eat healthy when it's astronomically more expensive? So growing your own food is the way to do that. Secondly, we were both entering a different stage in life, in that when we moved into this home, we had our last son going off to college, and Abigail was just about to turn 16. And so we had a couple more years with our daughter in home, and then we were going to be empty nesters. And I was like, we got to have some kind of joined hobby that gets us active as going towards that retirement life span, and keeps us motivated and forces us to work together and just create just a different life, that we had been just taxi cab drivers, and I go to work every day and pick up the kids, and he makes dinner when I get home, and that was life. And that's not going to be life anymore after the kids are gone, and what are we going to do? Will you eventually quit your jobs and do homesteading and YouTube full time? I don't think we ever thought we would. But honestly,
No.
I will definitely say it is often something I desire and joke about. Mm-hmm. Because it can only be a joke right now. But I'm like, we're at 50, just today. We're at 50,000 subscribers. Can I quit my job yet? And the truth of the matter is, you just don't make that kind of money on YouTube till you have lots and lots of subscribers.
Yeah, I think we'd be in a different situation too if if we were farther along in our debt process.
Right.
Of owed less on our house.
Yeah.
For sure. We could. There was more here somewhere.
Oh, Scotland. Oh, I would love to visit Scotland. I have a lot of people in my bloodline from Scotland.
We have never made ground cherry jam. I don't think we've ever done that before.
Never grown ground cherries. Do we have fruit trees? Yes. We have a start of an orchard, 2 peaches, 6 apples, 2 pears, 2 pecans.
Do we save seeds from things that we planted?
I have. I don't do it deliberately. I probably should after what this year taught us with how challenging it was for some of us to find seeds. So what have I saved seeds from? Peas, green beans. My potatoes this year were completely grown from my own seed potatoes from last year. You know, potatoes that shut off eyes down in the basement corner that you weren't paying attention to. That's what I planted this year.
Oh, hey, Nick's there. Have we ever considered writing a book?
I have.
I think 2 so far.
I know me, it's just the one.
We had a cookbook we were going to write together.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
I know.
That was back
but we
before
should
we even
revisit
had
that.
a homestead, yeah. I have one that I even have an outline of what it is, but I'm not talented like that, and so it sits in an outline form.
There was another one I had just saw. How are we holding up with the daily upload schedule?
It definitely is so there was no video today, because over the weekend it was work, and it was, so yeah. I think it's easy right now, not necessarily easy. It's doable right now. I don't know that it will be doable when garden and harvest season and preserving season's done. I just cannot come up with that kind of content when it's not a busy season of life.
Right.
It's very easy right now because we're always doing something. Sometimes we're just too busy to break out the camera, which happened over this weekend. But
Come December, when
Yeah.
there's no garden and there's snow on the ground.
right. So I think we'll probably back off after October-ish and go back to a few videos a week.
What are our careers? I work in IT, and she works in IT as a project manager.
Yeah. Somebody asked where to get the outdoor stove cooker. The Camp Chef stove.
Oh, the Camp Chef?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure in that video in the description there's a link to it on Amazon, but you can pick them up other places as well. We got ours from Cabela's.
Yeah, I'm sure Bass
Pro Shops
has it, yeah. What piece of equipment do you use the most? Well, right now it's my canner. My canner and my wheel cart, I would say, are my 2 most used pieces of equipment.
And our videos still fun?
Oh, yeah, lots.
They're fun to all aspects of them, I think, are fun. The filming, the editing, the planning. And then once it's done and it's uploaded to YouTube, the thumbnail and the title, it's all pretty enjoyable from beginning to end.
Content help. Can you show us how you prepare your canned food? There's lots of canning videos on YouTube from our channel.
Maybe 100.
Yeah.
There's a playlist called Preserving the Harvest, which has exactly that. And there's
Hi
probably
from Vegas. Oh, it's halfway point. Another t-shirt. So if you're just joined since probably the 10-minute after mark, we're doing giveaways throughout this live stream to celebrate our 50,000 subscribers. We gave away, we're running a merchandise campaign for just the next 21 days. We gave away a t-shirt And High Hopes Homestead won the first t-shirt. We're doing a t-shirt now, and then we're doing a grand prize probably at 10 minutes to 8 for the final giveaway. So it's your turn to ask the question.
My turn? Did the crawdad traps work? No, they did
nothing.
not
I caught a bunch of minnows, but it was such a sad disappointment. No, I mean, there was literally nothing in them. I just don't think I know the season in Michigan. I saved my traps, though, because I can use them again.
Yeah. Cool. So the next question.
Hi, Constance.
What is the make and model of the tractor that we currently own? The orange one.
That's difficult. I don't even know that.
It's not too hard to figure out.
I know the make, but the model, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I should have filtered the questions first.
Nope. Do we harvest elderberries? We have a lot of elderberries on our property, and we harvested some last year. This year, I don't think we really plan on it. We still have some tinctures that we made last year.
Oh, a lot of tincture still. Though it's orange. That's what I would say too. Was that it?
No. Closer. People are starting to include the model number. That's good.
Oh, geez. You're not going to get it. Hi, San Francisco. Do you know we were supposed to be there this October?
We can or ferment radishes? No, not really. We don't really. We decided we don't really like them.
I grew radishes one year and it didn't work out.
That's it right there.
What?
Katie Morgan got it right.
Katie!
Kubota L2501 HST. Well done.
So, Katie, when you get a chance, shoot us an email at that1870shomestead@gmail.com and check out the link and let us know what color t-shirt you want and what size, and we'll get it out to you. We won't be able to get it to you till the campaign ends, so that's 21 days, but we'll get it to you as soon as we can. So you guys bombard Todd with questions. I'm going to go get us 2 bowls of our celebratory dessert to torture you and enjoy ourselves. I'll be right back.
Yeah, radishes, she grew some this year and we put them in the fridge we just don't like them. Maybe it was last year. When we don't like something, we just don't grow it anymore. Roasted radishes. No. Our little dog, yes. Somebody asked about her earlier. This is Mika. And the other one that was over here, that one's name is Rue. Do we prefer cooked meat over raw packed meat? And how many canning jars do you think a new homesteader should acquire? All that you can find. Not joking. If you can get jars, get them and store them and stash them away. No fair question. Sorry. We do meat different ways. We do both raw pack and hot packing meat. It depends on what we're doing. Like we've done chicken both ways. We've done raw pack and hot pack. We've tried to plant ground cherries. I don't think so. Where do we get our jars from? Our canning jars? We get them from usually either Walmart or Trailer Tractor Supply, but we also have acquired quite a few from relatives and just friends, people who, hey, I've got boxes and boxes of jars in my shed. They've been sitting there for like 15 years because I don't can anymore. Do you want them? And we always say yes. Ground cherries, I don't think so. I don't know if we have any desire to grow ground cherries.
Ready?
Thank you.
I made blueberry bread pudding for our celebration. Ding.
Thanks.
Do you think ahead to Thanksgiving or
Oops.
sorry. Do you think ahead to Thanksgiving or Christmas when harvesting? Oh, for sure. I mean, I've got quite a few videos where I'm like, Christmas gifts, Christmas gifts. Yes, very much so. It's always my goal to have a 100% farm-grown Thanksgiving dinner, which isn't hard to do at all.
What time is it here? 7:30 p.m. Any kayak fishing trips coming up? I don't know if there's kayaking, but on Wednesday of this week, I'm going fishing to the river again, but I'm just going on foot, and I will be filming.
But our future daughter-in-law and Nick's girlfriend, Emily, called today, and they want to borrow our kayaks, and they're going kayaking Friday.
Friday, yep. Does the flow hive hurt the bees when you split the cells? No, because when the cells are filled with honey and capped, that's when you split it. So the bees can't really be inside of there when the cells shift. So
we have made mead. I don't believe we used our own honey, though, when we did it. Our honey is extremely precious to us. So we'll go buy, because we didn't know the first time making mead if it would be a waste, and we didn't want to waste our own honey. And did you do meat chickens? Yes, we've got 22 meat chickens out there. We lost one to a predator. We had 23. Do you have chickens? If so, how do you keep them for longer preserving? I'm not quite sure what you mean by if so, how do you keep them for longer preserving? If you're talking about after we harvest, most of our chickens are shrink wrapped in bags and frozen, but a lot of we'll take a handful of the first round and can them. And as we work through the canned chicken, we'll pull a couple more out of the freezer. And I usually do it at a batch of 3 chickens at a time and can those.
Somebody asked about the excuse me, a beekeeping book, and there's a book called the Beekeeping Bible that we have in our Amazon shop. It's linked there if you need to find it. It is very, very good.
What about Tom's journal too?
Oh yeah, the
Is it Shining Light Farm?
Tim Copeland at Whistle Thicket Homestead. He wrote a book called The Beekeeper's Journal, and it's kind of like a checklist and pages that you can do to log your entries of when you do your inspections. Another cool book to check out. But in reality, I do most of my beekeeping learning from YouTube. But I will caution you to say, absorb beekeeping content from multiple people. Just don't find one person like me on YouTube and try to learn everything from me. Do it from multiple sources, because everybody lives somewhere different and everybody does things differently.
Yeah.
So watch it all and pick what you want and then try it and see how it works for you.
I think I saw a question on how many chickens do we do every year, and at least 20. We try to. So always in the 20 mark. We're doing a few more this year because we are culling our own older laying flock this year as well, because we have our new flock. And how do we keep eggs? If I have to wash them, they go into the fridge. So if they're just too dirty to keep out, because you really don't want to store like super, super dirty eggs, because eggs can be naturally porous and that can introduce bacteria. That's my perspective. Somebody else might disagree with me. So if they're super dirty, I will clean them, put them in the fridge. If they're not dirty, they'll stay on the counter until they get used. Or we give them away if we ever have too much extra. But this year has not been an extra year because the whole reason I hatched out a new flock is because my old girls just aren't laying anymore. Not well, anyway.
We do not can every day, but
Probably twice a week right now.
Twice a week?
3 times a week. I'm doing canning runs.
you finished your potatoes last night and
Yeah.
canned the rest of them. And we can as we need to. What canning method do you prefer? It's not really a question of preferring. It's what's
Which was
required.
Safe. Yeah, what's safe.
I mean,
I
there's
definitely
certain-
prefer water bath because it's easier and usually less time. But you can't always water bath can things.
We harvested deer last year. Nope. We hunted out in the back of our property for, I don't know, how many days did we go out there? Altogether, maybe 15, 20 days?
Well, I had that big project going on last year, so I couldn't keep going out because I
Oh,
had
right.
that project. So I went out as much as I could. It just my work schedule ended up blending into weekends. So my chickens are we got them the year that we moved in, so they're 3 years old. And it's not that they've stopped laying. They're just not prolifically laying anymore. Where I used to get an egg a day per chicken. Some days I get 2, some days I get 4. So it just depends.
Inspiration for beekeeping, I think it was always something, even before we lived here, I thought was kind of cool. I think we even thought about getting them when we lived in the city.
Yeah, but it was always, the inspiration was honey. Because we were buying a ton of honey from farmers markets.
Yep, we go through a lot of honey. And then when we moved here,
Oh, yeah.
the
that
very
was awful.
first year, the garden that we had
Suffered.
suffered terribly because there was basically like 0 pollinators. There was whatever happened in this area, I'm not sure, but there was 0 bees here. And pollination, cucumbers was terrible. Everything was suffered because of it. And we thought, we need to bring in the bees.
Okay, so many great questions, guys. Love them. Is this our forever home or do you plan to move in the future? I'll answer that 2 ways. When I finally convinced him that this was the right decision to make to move here, he did tell me, this is it. This is it, Rachel. We're never moving again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we just had a conversation the other day, kind of like one of those morbid conversations, like, what if you die? What if I die? And I said, I can't keep it if you die. I can't. I wouldn't be able to manage it by myself. Now, I'd probably go to our off-grid cabin and turn that into my little homestead. Because I don't have to manage that all. It's wooded. I could have a wooded chicken run, and I could maybe barter with farmers in the area, and I could clear a little section of the forest for a garden for myself, but I couldn't do this by myself.
And if she died, I would probably keep the homestead just fine.
I don't think you would garden it the same, though.
I wouldn't garden as much.
You'd probably do a salsa garden.
A salsa garden, yeah. And if I ever did sell this place, it would be basically to move somewhere where there's more trees. To be in the forest.
Yeah.
Have we ever tried to preserve our eggs in lime water to slow them down? We have a series of at least 2 different videos on it. One of them where we put the eggs in the lime water. And I believe the second video when we pulled them out and found them all to be rotten.
No. The third video was a taste test.
Oh, yes, it was.
Yes. So there is a series on that. We will never do it again. I'll let you know that. Somebody else asked a question about the O'Brien potatoes. And funny story, if you're on Instagram, I typed lost in the chat who asked that. On my Instagram story tonight, I was cooking one of our first rounds of it. And so I just did some quick tips on what you might experience when you dump them out from being frozen. and how I cook them for quick and easy dinner sides. Will they last a year, though? Yes. I still got one bag down there in the freezer from a year ago, and I have no qualms about using it.
So where is our off-grid cabin? It is in Michigan. So we're in southeast Michigan, and our off-grid cabin is in northwest lower peninsula of Michigan.
Terry, I saw your question earlier. I'm sorry I didn't answer it. She's asking, how do I infuse oils to make balms or other homemade things? I can tell you I've never done such a thing. I use essential oils and will add it to the wax, beeswax or shea butter or whatever I happen to use. But I've never maybe that's answers your question. I don't know. Infusing oil sounds really fancy compared to what I do. I just take essential oil and add it to the mix.
Plans to visit the off-grid cabin soon?
We've been
August.
trying. We've been trying. We won't get there in August. We've got the wedding and company in town.
Wedding company. So yeah, September, October, November. Definitely once per month, if not twice per month.
Mm-hmm. Will you make more baking videos? Sure. I should have done one. That could have been a quick and easy video on this yummy bread pudding. But sometimes when I'm cooking, I don't always think of it. And to be honest with you guys, there's not a ton of baking that I do. I mean, I bake bread every week. And this was just like a treat, a spur-of-the-moment treat. Like, we don't bake a lot.
Yeah.
But when I do, I will. If you have something that you've seen me make or post that you want to know how to make, I would be happy to share. Forgive me, have you ever canned with wax? Oh, no. No.
My grandmothers both did. We heard from Dan. Yep, she's flying back to Vietnam today or tomorrow. Do you use your own beeswax? We've saved it, but we don't know if we've done a whole lot with it.
No, I haven't used it yet, only because I still had store-bought beeswax, and that goes pretty far. Nick says he'll check on the cabin for us. You're more than welcome to. I know our other son, Preston, is coming home in October. His best friend's getting married, and I know they're having the bachelor party at the cabin. So it's going to get used, and we want our adult children to feel like it's their property as well. Wink, wink, Nick. So you guys are, our kids know that they're more than welcome to use the property. It's just them. It's hard when you're young to find time to get away. How often do you lay in the sun? I don't. I think this year a couple times. Yeah. It's just being in the garden. Thanks so much, Not a Green Thumb. Any plans to expand your garden? I always say no, but you should never say never, right? So I always say no because what I did was I grew my garden over time. I started with 2 raised beds. When we got here, we went to, 8 raised beds right off the bat. And then I added 2 in-ground beds to 4 in-ground beds. And I said I finally hit my breaking point as to what I could physically, personally manage. It's a lot of work to turn over your beds every year, to prep them, to plant them all, and to manage them, keep the weeds at bay, manage the pest. So I hope not. I will say it that way. I hope I never am so tempted to expand my garden that it becomes an unmanageable place. Right now it's perfectly manageable. I've figured out how to maximize my space to get what I need out of it. And I hope not. Will you share your bread making process with us? Leisha, I have several videos on making bread.
At least 3.
Yeah.
How are the pigs? They're getting huge. Huge.
Their jowls are ginormous. I mean, on one of them, oh my gosh. Her jowls
mosquito
are so big.
repellent, absolutely. There's a video exactly on how Rachel makes it, and it works pretty darn good.
Yeah, he'll even use it, and that says a lot because he won't use any of my homemade products.
We have not figured out what was killing our pine trees at our cabin.
I mean, I think we still think it's the pine beetle, even though the Forest Service said it wasn't. We don't do anything with our beeswax yet because I still have store-bought beeswax. Okay, so this is $7.50. I've been waiting for this minute to come this entire time. So this is going to be a process to figure out how to do. But let me just tell you what the prize is. And I hope, honestly, I don't want it to come off presumptuous because it's not. I really don't care what you do with it. I just want to talk face to face with one of you and give you something as if you were my friend in my house. So that's what we're going to do. Whoever wins the next prize, we're going to set up a one-on-one, either Google Duo, Facebook chat, Instagram chat, whatever media stream you feel comfortable using, we'll use it. And I'm going to take you down to my pantry, and you can go shopping and pick out 5 things, and I will ship it to you. Does that sound fun? I want to do that.
It's like a shopping spree.
Yeah.
So if you're the winner, same as previous winners earlier in our live stream, email us, that1870shomestead@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And Rachel will chat with you and set something up with you.
Yeah. Okay.
And thank you,
yes.
Carolyn. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm sorry I missed that. And I just want to say thanks in case anybody has to drop. Thank you again for 50,000 subscribers, guys. We are having the best time with you. You've blown us away with your love and your support. And Southern Blessed Homestead and a Farm Life Project, go check them out. They are both awesome YouTube channels just starting out on their journey. They have so much great information to share. Beautiful families, fun times. We love you both, and thank you for supporting us tonight with your awesome moderating. Okay, so what is the question? And moderators, you can play too, okay? I don't want to leave anybody out. Did I decide?
I don't know.
What was it? Something about our homestead. Okay, I know what it was. I remember. When did we publish our first video on YouTube? Best prize ever. I thought so. I think it's fun. Thank you, Sylvia. It's got to be the exact date. Exact date. Aw, thanks, Wendy, Troy. Oh, I didn't even see you guys here. Welcome, Chickawoolf Ranch. I miss you guys. Exact date, guys.
Did that person have it right?
Sorry. Oh, yes. No. There was one above it. I saw it somewhere. Sorry. Was that it?
Above it? No.
No. I thought it was Diana. Yeah. Diana at Justice Acres. Diana at Justice Acres. That's you, baby. Woo! If you have time, we'll do it tomorrow. So shoot me a message. Diana at Justice Acres. January 1st, 2018 was our very first video. We actually published 2. We went live, and then right after the live stream, we published our first formal video.
Mm-hmm. And when we did that live stream, our very first one ever, we were sitting in the exact same spots.
Mm-hmm.
On the floor in our living room.
And my armpits are sweating just like they were then, too. I get sweaty armpits when I get nervous. Yay, Diana. I'm so excited it's you. Oh, she's been with us, like, honestly, from the very beginning. So happy. So it'll be fun. I will make sure to somehow share with you guys what Diana picked, if that's okay with you, Diana. I'll either post it on Instagram or the community tab in YouTube, and we'll show what the subscriber got to go grocery shopping for.
Mm-hmm. We use Adobe Premiere as our software editing for our videos.
What'd Constance say?
I think if you guys are subscribed to, not to plan out the rest of your Monday evening for you, but Stivers is on live after us, and after those guys are...
No, Jack and Tangy have technical problems not going live tonight.
That's lame.
No, they can't help that. But go to Stivers, because if you guys aren't, number one, I doubt you're not following Stivers Homestead. They're amazing. But if you're not, phenomenal channel, super fun people. You're going to laugh every single time you watch them, or you're probably going to cry, because they're as real as it gets too. And they are in a journey selling their home right now and relocating, which they said that they would never ever do. And so it's kind of like taking all of us by like, what? And so they have an offer in on a place. I'm not going to give too many details away, but tonight's live, we might find out if they got the final, yes, it's yours. We accept. How many hens do you have since it's just the two of you? Well, again, when we started out, it wasn't just the two of us. Nick lived with us when he came home from college for almost a year. Cameron lived with us for many, many months and came home on the weekends. And Abigail was here for 2 years. So we started out with a flock of 7 birds. And now my new flock, just to let you know, my new flock, I was hoping for 5, and I got a little bit more than that. I know, I can't wait to hear either. I'm going right over as soon as this is over. So please, okay, we've got 3 minutes left. I'm going to say it one more time, and I know it's going to sound obnoxious, but it shouldn't, because these people are great. Go check out the Farm Life Project. Cam and his family are beautiful people. They've got sweet young boys. They're starting out, working on developing their homestead, their skills, figuring out this life. Has your wife, I don't think she's had her baby yet, right? You guys are pregnant and like gonna have a baby too, and she's just, his wife's so darn cute. Like, I won't let Todd watch her because she's so cute. No, I'm just kidding. And then, Southern Blessed Homestead. So, Patty, she knows if she's watching, and because I tell her every single time, I literally drool at her garden. Like, if I could have any garden on YouTube, it would be Patty's, or it would be Chelsea's at Little Mountain Ranch. Patty's, completely different design, but stunning, orderly, well-kept, beautiful. I love it. Mac is just hilarious. So just go watch Mac for his antics.
Tara Lynn, thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry that you missed it, Fancy Farmer 2. You have to go back and watch. It was a lot of fun. Okay, 1 minute left. Do you have any last words?
I did, but I can't fit it in 1 minute, so.
Oh, no, go ahead. You can take your time. I said a lot. You say.
Oh,
Yeah. You say.
No, I want to. If you're not following us on Facebook, follow us over there, because I have a new thing I'm going to try out as an alternative to our live streams that we may do from time to time. It'll be shorter, quicker, a little more spontaneous, but the way that we're going to let you know about that is on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
follow us over there if you're not already, or like us on Facebook.
Yeah, like us on Facebook. And we're on Instagram, and we post, like, I have a lot of fun with Instagram stories. Like, when Todd does an Instagram story, you know, because there's no music, there's no fun emojis or GIFs in there, but I have a lot of fun. So, yeah, we're just all over the place having fun.
Yeah, and thank you again for the super chats. Those of you who sent them, we
That's
really
amazing.
appreciate it.
First time ever.
Yeah, we've
Thank
never
you.
had one
Never
before.
had a super chat. That's so cool. I don't even know how it works. Like, where
I don't
where
either.
does it
We'll
go?
find out now. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Good night, and head over to Stivers now. Love you all so much.
See if I remember how to end this thing.
I think you have to end it here and there, right?
Yep.